At 165 pounds, we're ready. Number 1, Andrew Howe versus number 6, Colt Sponseller. And let's hear from these two wrestlers.
Andrew, it's your sophomore year. You're ranked number 1. You're defending NCAA runner-up. You're in the finals again. Your thoughts about going after a second Big Ten championship?
Just want to go out there and wrestle hard and wrestle in my ties and in my positions, and I want to win it. I want to win it bad.
Colt, it's your junior year. You're ranked 6th, and you just had a big win in the semifinals against Ryan Morningstar from Iowa. But today you got a big match against Andrew Howe from Wisconsin. Your thoughts about going after a Big Ten championship?
Well, you know, Andrew Howe, he's the best wrestler at 165 right now. He's ranked number 1. He's undefeated. He beat me earlier in December at Las Vegas. So, I mean, I just got to take it to him and wrestle my match, and it's going to be a battle out there.
We're ready for the battle. There's Colt Sponseller from Ohio State, their 3rd entry into the finals. And he's going up against number 1 ranked Andrew Howe. They've met twice in their college careers, once last season, once earlier this season, Howe winning it. And he won both of those last year and this. Howe's most recent victory over Sponseller came earlier this season in the finals of the Cliff Keen National Duels, 6-3. That was a long time ago, December 4th. Wisconsin's first entry into the finals, Ohio State's 3rd and last. Andrew Howe, last year's Big Ten champion and the national runner-up, freshman of the year nationally.
You know, I noticed Sponseller with his match against Morningstar that he was really putting a lot of pressure on him the entire match. Did a good job of hustling on the feet, good job of riding on top, and did everything he had to do to win the close one. So, you know, the Howe's known for that as well, and Howe usually ends up winning matches by doing exactly what I just said Sponseller did. So it'll be interesting to see if Sponseller can keep that form up, or can Howe come through in his same normal fashion, or if they both keep it up, and then we'll see what happens.
Sponseller winning a big one in the semis against Ryan Morningstar of Iowa, a wrestler that he was not able to beat the 3 previous times, but the 4th time was the charm. And Andrew Howe knows how to win the close ones. He has a lot of close matches. The defending Big Ten champion. He's defeated 6 of the 7 wrestlers ranked directly below him, including Sponseller.
You know, Coach Gable, you look at 165 here, and a lot of people think it's probably the toughest weight in the country, you know, man for man. I know it was when Schlater was there before he moved down to 57, but when you look at Andrew Howe, he's been dominant. You know, he's undefeated, and he's kind of conditioned for the 7-minute match just for it to be a grind. He creates a lot of action. There might not be a lot of points, but there's motion out there, and there's hard wrestling.
No, that's what the whole thing is, and I think that's why when I talked about earlier, it's really like if Sponseller can keep up what he did in the semis, then he has a chance to keep up with a guy that's really usually ahead of somebody on how hard they work in a match.
Donnie Pritzloff, NCAA champion for Wisconsin. Jared Frere, assistant coaches. Barry Davis does not sit in the corner usually as the head coach. Davis in his 16th year at Wisconsin. Donnie Pritzloff, one of the top assistant coaches in America and one of the top wrestlers in his day.
A little blood.
Tom Ryan talking to his 3rd wrestler that has made the finals. Reese Humphrey upset at 141 pounds. Lance Palmer comes back at 149 and gains an upset. He's 1-1, trying to have a winning record. There's Andrew Howe being attended to. Andrew Howe, a sophomore from Cedar Lake, Indiana.
I tell you, it's more than just a wrestling match when Howe's out there. It's more of a, well, not more, but kind of what you said. You know, he keeps at a pace where he's working very hard, and there's little things that's going to go on. There's going to be some of these injuries like here because both guys are head to head, and they're not just tying up like they like each other. They're tying up like they're going to move the guy's head around, get him out of position. And sometimes it's not headbutting, but it's one of these things that sometimes you get a little bit of abrasions in there. And it's a tough sport.
Well, Howe's one of those wrestlers that if you don't keep up with his pace, he'll major decision you. Now that's why I'm saying there's a lot of tough guys in this weight with Morningstar and Sponseller and there's several others, Reeder and Maribel's from Missouri, and they can wrestle at that pace. But if you don't, then he's going to score a lot on you.
Yeah, he's got a low center of gravity. He's strong in the hip areas. He's hard to take down. I think if you take him down, you have to hit him with a complete move when he's not quite ready, and usually he's ready. And there's very seldom opportunities in a match that he's not ready. Now, the time I've seen him take him down is like maybe at the first part of the match sometimes when he wasn't quite ready. But usually when you come out at the Big Tens, NCAAs, when it really counts, you're ready.
All right, guys, no score. No score at the end of the first period. Knotted at 0. We go to the second period. Howe having a little problem with something in his eye. Must have been a headbutt or something there that happened to create that cut. Injury time is not taken when blood is involved.
Again, all 157-pound finalists, please report to the awards area in the north end of Chrysler Arena.
The 2010 Big Ten Men's Basketball Tournament returns to the Big Ten Network. Coverage is presented by the Principal Financial Group. It all starts next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern in HD on the Big Ten Network. Championships all over the place. The Big Ten Wrestling Championships this weekend, the basketball tournament next weekend, the NCAA Wrestling Championships in Omaha, Nebraska, coming up in about a week and a half. The Big Ten Championships here is a qualifier, and as we talked about earlier, it kind of sets you up in the brackets for where you're going to be. Very important match here for seeding.
Sponseller's really making Howe work for this escape, and
but he made him work for it.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no hesitation. He just created openings. And he got out in 18 seconds. It seemed like he was down a lot longer.
He's a hard one to ride. I mean, just great position, power, hand control, and he's popping his hips and perfect technique there.
Sponseller from Glenmont, Ohio.
Still got the blood. There's another championship going on, I think, right now, too. I think the women's basketball championships are going on today in Indianapolis. So.
There's your team score. Iowa out in front,
in
148.5. Minnesota sneaking up there, 121. Ohio State's into third place. Wisconsin fourth. Penn State gained a few points there and solidified fifth place. Purdue, Michigan State, Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, and Northwestern. Speaking of women, you have a new granddaughter, Dan?
Yes, I do. My daughter, Annie, and her husband, Mike. They just had a newborn yesterday, Betsy Jane. And that's my 6th grandkid, 3 boys and 3 girls now. So that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And I'm the only one out there. But, it's not like I have my priorities confused. Somebody's got to work.
Well, Dan, who's tougher, the girls or the boys?
Wow, that's pretty even.
Andrew Howe, ranked number 1 in the nation. Out in front here, 1-0 over Colt Sponseller, ranked number 6. 25 seconds left in the second period. This is not a surprise, the type of match that it is turning into be. Sponseller went to West Holmes High School from Glenmont, Ohio. He was a 3-time Ohio high school champion.
Yeah, we're having one of these matches. There's a lot of action, but really nobody's really able to penetrate to get in on big scoring action positions.
Into the second period, and Talked about the assistants in the corner, and then there's Barry Davis in the stands. And he's probably sitting down because he knows he would probably travel the circumference of this gym floor if he was out on it. Very active, a 3-time NCAA champion for the coach, Coach Dan Gable at Iowa in his day.
You know, it's interesting that, that Howe, is really trying to finish a single leg here, but yet he's getting riding. He's doing riding. And that's a good way to ride. And when you have a tough match, sometimes you have to drop down to pick up that leg, but you can't hold it. You got to go to the finish, otherwise they'll call you for stalling. But did a good job there.
Dan, Barry was way up in the stands there. You did that sometimes. What's the reason behind that?
Well, sometimes you learn who needs to be where in what position, and a good coach learns that. If you need to be away from the scene, takes a little pressure off your kid or whatever, you got somebody else that might work better in that corner, you learn that. And so what you want to do is you got to take your ego or your pride away and do the best for what it is for performance.
Howe riding. Sponseller coming around. No call by Tim Shields, the head official.
I don't think.
Loss of control, one escape.
What do you think of that call, Coach?
Well, they're still in a flurry yet. I don't know. How do you know who's going to come up on top?
Yeah, I thought Howe kept his head up, kept the ankle. I'd put him back down.
I don't think he, Whoa! Well, it got him going.
Yeah,
the first complete shot.
That looks like
he's close. He should get this.
I would say that's 2. He's got both legs.
2 points, Tim Shields from Apple Valley, Minnesota, the head official.
It actually gave some confidence, or not confidence, but it gave him some opportunity. He says, I got to get in there and score. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
He hit him right then in no time to think.
3-1 now. Andrew Howe out in front after he gives the escape up to Sponseller. He comes right back in, gets the 2-point takedown.
Well, he gets 10 more seconds. He's got riding time here, so.
There's Coach Davis having a swig, sitting way up in the stands. Andrew Howe, last year's freshman of the year. He was a national runner-up. He's going for his second Big Ten championship, only a sophomore.
Again, the way of riding him, he's dropping down. He's going to go to the single finish. And if he holds it, he's stalling, but he's not stalling because he's trying to get it high, and he's looking for the finish. Man, he lost the takedown. He lost the escape. A minute 6 riding time, so that is a factor.
Just took a glance over, Andrew Howe did, at the clock. He knows he's up by 2. He can take a stalling call. He is looking good for his second Big Ten championship. Time running out on Colt Sponseller. And there's your champion, Andrew Howe, for the second year in a row. The Badgers get their first one. Barry Davis, happy. There's Barry. There's Andrew.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you